There's a good piece by Brendan Fanning in The Independent today that people might like to read, and I think it was a very good piece because he had foresight to do it beforehand, to prprepare it and have it ready to go in, obviously. And it is he tracks all of the management teams that Leinster have had and different managers, how it's developed, and also looks about what they need to be doing now. And he's saying the one big thing probably they need to sort out now is maybe to refinance the stadium and get that done. But I like that overall look. I think that's a good read for people.
I actually agree with you. I think when you take a step back from this and you look at the fundamentals with Leinster, right? So they are the only professional sporting franchise in this city, right? And okay, there are 12 counties as well. Big population of over a couple of million. Big money in terms of sponsorship that they have behind them, and I think Brendan Fanning's, the main point he's trying to make, I think, is they need to literally build on this success and get the stadium done. So you have the UCD facility, which we've probably all been in, which is fantastic, and it marries that sports science, gives them a permanent base. And you know, we are very quick to condemn the French clubs and the English clubs when they've loads of money behind them and all that kind of stuff. But Leinster is a big machine now, and what you're probably going to see is Leinster players getting loaned out or put into other provinces because they've become so powerful. And I think that filters down even into the AIL, where Dublin clubs couldn't buy an AIL title 20 years ago. I think 7 or 8 of the last 10 have been won by Dublin clubs. So Dublin and Leinster has become a massive power base for rugby in a place where there is really no other professional sport in town. And they have the Adidas deal which has been done, and a lot of big ticket sponsors, Energy at Park and all this kind of stuff. So they've got it right off the page. But it's interesting that he's kind of saying we need to get the physical thing done and capitalise.
And he shows the journey, the evolution, because it wasn't easy at times. And Cullen had a tough job when he started. People can be very quick to forget that, I think.
Cullen was not. They didn't want to put him in that early. It was just that the Matt O'Connor thing went so badly wrong. And interestingly, he points out in 2015 the decision to sack O'Connor was interesting because it told you something about Leinster and their ambition. There was frustration in the ranks below that, unlike Schmidt, he was showing no interest in the academy.
And the academy now looks like
a very poor move. But on the stadium, I wasn't sure the specifics of where they were with the stadium. So the kind of theme of Fanning's piece, the headline is Summit Return, a victory for change. The theme is everything's in great shape. The one thing maybe is just the stadium.
Exactly.
It says 2014 Leinster and the RDS announced a grand plan to upscale from 18,500 capacity to 25,000, and all going well, they would be starting by the spring of 2016. Instead, here we are slipping into summer 2018, no progress. And he essentially makes the point that if Ireland had got the 2023 World Cup, this would have been done no problem.
Exactly, and they may have been gambling on that, I'd say, maybe. But I do notice also he says in that and I heard Minister Brendan Griffin talk about this last week at something that I was at, the government have reopened this, you can apply for, what's it called, is it the Large-Scale Sport Infrastructure Fund? That has been opened, and they're looking for applications, and I heard him say that at a thing last week. So I would say Leinster would definitely be putting a bid in there.
This is one of the negatives of the 23 failed bid, unfortunately, is that a lot of GA stadiums as well won't get the necessary upgrade. They were all waiting on the golden ticket, and I think I don't think we'd be even talking about this if 23 had happened, because we'd have pushed through the planning application.
It's true. And if you're wondering, by the way, well, why don't Leinster just go and do this themselves? Fanning points out they're not the owner, they're renting this stadium. So they have a new 20-year contract. So they're certainly committed to being at the RDS for the next 20 years.
And actually, as fans, you would look and you'd say you'd hate to ruin what they have in the RDS by making it bigger, because there is something lovely. I mean, there's lovely. I suppose I'm a nostalgia fan, and I do think there's something lovely about that stadium. But if they continue to grow as they're growing, and that's exactly what he's saying, everything else apart from a stadium is in place for a long spell at the top.
The only thing is from a spectator perspective, that old stand is
needs
shocking.
To be upgraded.
And like for what is a big corporate audience in Dublin as well, they can't sell hospitality properly because there's nowhere to put people. I know that's not. I'm nakedly commercial. You can forget nostalgia.
That's the difference between you and me, mate.
I know. Go back to Glenmalure Park.
Thanks a million for watching. If you want to subscribe, well, there's the button right there. If you want to see more videos, hit that down there.